Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we have got a review for Chessington World of Adventures. Now this theme park is located just outside London in the UK. It's a park I originally went to about like 25 odd years ago. It was one of the first theme parks I went to in the UK, and I've been back only a handful of times since, including my most recent view in 2024, where the park was, I was pretty impressed. So it was great to go back again. I actually drove in this time. Previously I got there on public transport, and that is one positive I will say. I say the fact that you can get public transport from London to this park, brilliant. I also really appreciate the fact that, car parking is nice and simple. You can book online. Tickets also, as if you book online, relatively affordable. Getting in was pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nice and efficient. And as I say, Chessington is a park fairly familiar, and it was just nice to be back and stuff like that. So let's go through the positives. I actually think the main positive will be the fact they've recently opened their new Paw Patrol land that opened just after my visit, and they are going to be opening in 2027 a new Minecraft theme land over where like the Beano section used to be when I last went there. Shows how long ago it was. But anyway, yeah, so that I think is a real positive. The park is very much looking towards the future. And I will be honest with those two lands, I think it actually gives Chessington World of Adventures a very good overarching sort of coaster collection. It gives them great variety, great depth. I think it really actually improves the park massively. It's great to see that they've gone fully into the investment. I will say the sort of real sad point is I do just feel they need to add a couple more sort of slightly more fill-in like sort of rides and stuff like that. In the meantime, I do kind of feel that a lot of their sort of attractions, I appreciate the park is mainly aimed towards families and kids, but I can't help but feel that they do just need a few things there for adults. I know the park used to have like Samurai, used to have Ramesses Revenge, and I just kind of feel that that sort of ride is really missed. I do appreciate it wouldn't maybe be super popular. I'm not expecting to go crazy with it, but maybe just have something in the park which is a bit more extreme and is something just for people to go on to. But as I say, the park itself was very, looking really clean, looking really tidy. Staff were really nice and friendly as well, which was really good to see. Lots of organisation as well. Really big fan of how Vampire was operating. Lots of the effects were working. Will say parts of that attraction are looking very dated. Mainly these sort of like sheets on the lift hill. They are very faded and worn and stuff like that. And just some of the little other bits and pieces, you can tell it is from the 90s, is what I will say to that. I also, as a little pet peeve, I absolutely hate the fact with that ride that the queue line doesn't go through like the Vampire archway, and instead you have to like wander down, and that is for fast pass only. That is stupid. I hate that so much. The queue itself is really well themed, but it's really annoying that you don't go through that. It just ruins it slightly. I will say as well that the other coasters were pretty good. Actually managed to have an absolutely epic ride on Dragon's Fury. That was great fun. We had a completely unbalanced train. Me and my friend on one side, no on the other side. We span like crazy. Like ridiculously an amount of spinning on that. Absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed that. Rattlesnake, bit sketchy, could do with being a better ride in that location, but it does give them a little bit of extra capacity. It is a roller coaster, so there is pros and cons to it. Food wise, I actually thought the park had decent food. Actually, huge shout out to the donuts right next to Vampire. They were really good, and some really good coffee as well with it. It was a particularly miserable day in classic English sort of tradition when going to the park, so they were really welcome. In sad news, the pirate ship was closed, and I'm a big fan of that pirate ship, so that was a bit of a shame. And also I will say, so much of Chessington can just be completely unexplored if you're just mainly going for rides, because obviously the zoo, the safari, the hotel, they do take up a lot of space on property, but they're not necessarily something you will utilise well there. Obviously, no issues with them being there. They had great for diversity, and obviously it's nice for them to be there. I will just say though, on a park which is somewhat struggling for like land or to develop areas, I would have thought the zoo sort of thing would have been the first sort of step to massively improving the park. You know, just slowly eat into that if they're able to. So I say, yeah, Chessington Park going in the right direction, looking really good. I also will say special shout out because it was open this time to Toon Blaster, one of my favourite rides. I love that sort of just practical, like sort of laser dart ride. Really, really good fun. Ride we actually went on the most, and also where it's quite a miserable day, the fact it is indoors, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Love that ride. So happy it was open and able to be go on this time. So as I say, Chessington, always a park worth visiting. Not crazy expensive. I appreciate the government has also just said around sort of having like slightly cheaper VAT for theme parks as well, so that's a good time to go. And you can also buy car parking online ahead of time as well, which is really good. Even though I hate having car parking included as separately, just include it in the price of the ticket. It saves so much time and effort in terms of people when they get in or leave the park. That would be like one improvement for Chessington. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content. I'll catch you guys on the next one.